In these districts,
I see nobody at all.
in each of the sub-counties of these districts, we have the funds for insurance, agricultural insurance for these groups, for these activities. And this is the package that we have costed to about 100 million for each group and for each category. In addition to the support to the farmer groups, we have also put aside money to sort out road chokes between the farmers and the markets. And for this particular activity, we have put aside 40 billion shillings for this sub-region. So for that matter, I want to use this opportunity to call upon the citizens in this sub-region to embrace this project and treat it as your own, so that you minimize hemorrhage, you minimize leakage, so that you benefit optimally from the interventions that we are introducing. Moving forward, the government has taken a decision that we are going to prioritize matters to mitigate climate change. So issues to do with irrigation are going to be a priority for my ministry. So you should expect a lot of support from the government on issues to do with irrigation, because we have come to accept that climate change is real, it is here, and we must incorporate it. We should incorporate its mitigation into our planning. The other area that we are going to continue boosting is support to the National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO. So that NARO has better capacity to deal with issues of seed systems. Seed systems for crops, seed systems for livestock, seed system for fish. Because if you go wrong at that level, then you know that the entire agriculture subsector or sector is doomed. So we want to support NARO so that NARO can bring out various technologies to support you, including seed systems technologies. Another area that we want to emphasize is dealing with diseases and pests, because as we experience effects of climate change, instances of disease and pests are becoming higher and higher, and therefore we have to emphasize this as well if we are to continue with our effort for food, feed, and income security. With those few remarks, I thank you for your attention and look forward to a feedback from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Minister. Luak me pashu wini wuno mwa me minister okobo akwa hokopi kom jam ya megamente tia temo amekwa hopur ilang sub-region. I parliament de Uganda and abedo won koma melo committee amelo kopi kompur. Amitu da miyu ngeyo emia hale mametio biruni amera dong ukeroko amolwani budget framework paper ti jama Paul amega mente ti ukere emia hale mario pirewa bishia ame anikoma aneno da kwedo ye ma chel jamitia Paul a project ametie ite ministry amelo kopi kompur project ame winyo minister ukobo ni national oil seed project po beru ka me poko sunflower nyo soya keken ti jamu kenne bai Kwania kana woma chaneno kom me puru yo aber ame aberu first class mara tie ite national oil seed ame kwata nyo first phase and ame chane podo meoni second phase nyo Mario mere tida binu ame pod akonya wan lao pien wan enolo ipuru nyikche mamekelo mo tija mukene ada ichawani tie level me procurement ame olwani agribusiness me supporting groups part ilao kan willow machine me regonyagi biyomo ijama papa supporting business who ame duema deki da eroko anda eno luoni climate smarto uberu tuon project etu poducha hokai Kwania District abichiel dan Kwania tia binu ifezario kerelera pien mano ere 2021 ento districts abichiel ameti lao ameti under climate smart kwa ino doko mobilizing unujo beri groups wek chenene pedo kuterte jo wa mieru bet kere mirie akopa grow nyo mechanization ichawa niene utiukero project ame gomola chel do binu nongo tractor adon mere kope tractor matching wando dwoko e level le parish adang utiedo korko emia hamele mametia binu ite national oil seed tractor danga welo miario ite climate smart tractor danga welo miario teme de magamente pien project haria koni joe oho inatia supporting one do akwa ini achalo lao wano ngewa puru ginakelo mo ento kai winyo kop amechane minister ukobo wana merobekere mwanywa wana merobekere asovacado wana merobekere koko wana merobekere macadamia mewe wana ubekere jama wano pira meutishua nyakele wachene moha kakakoro seasonal crops do kwa ini mono binuko ni kodi jamani petu kan etu tua be bapi districts adek ametie laane omi watina mabiro ikome pitomwan donga kwa ini aworo macha is supplementary mwahakarne gamento kwa billion a bit itonera bit mewel no mwan mepoko tumalo me Uganda do kwa ini kadu ginutunu i district hu timbe padi kere dia.
And we open up for questions. I know you have many questions on the road infrastructure, on agriculture, and on Imyoga. So I want to ask Honorable Professor on Imyoga. So I want to ask Honorable Professor Nwagaba Augustus to come and present on Theonomics. Theonomics is a very important topic, but I want the Honorable to introduce Nwagaba in details. Please introduce Professor Nwagaba properly.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. We have Professor Nwagaba going to tell us about 7 economics, which has helped do the social transformation of Uganda. Professor is an economist, not a disciple yet of that side. He stands on his own. He's a professor, a graduate of London School of Economics. He graduated also from Makerere University. He is also an international consultant for World Bank, African Development Bank, and the United Nations. He has been a consultant for long for all those big programs which you hear of around the world. He has won Golden Jubilee for significant contribution to Uganda's economic development. Furthermore, he has got the international medal for significant contribution to world society. He's done so many things and is best placed to discuss issue of Museveni economics and the relationship with our development, socio-economic development. Professor, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I want to greet all of you and also to put a disclaimer that I'm not part of government. I'm not in this government. So they got me from outside and I'm very grateful for the invitation by the National Organizing Committee for His Excellency the President. I am going to analyze what President Museveni has done and his economics, and I will take liberty because I'm coming from outside. So when somebody comes from outside and sees what you have been doing, you get a little bit of comfort because he has not been part of you, at least in the government. But of course we have been helping the government in making sure that the policies which have been adopted are effective, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. The issue of Musevenomics, why do we say Musevenomics, is because in economics, we are looking at how resources are allocated, and we want to know whether the government has allocated those resources and what has been achieved over time. Now, the way I'm going to treat it, and very briefly, is to answer 6 questions which the President has been requiring us to ask. And the first question is, what was Uganda's economy before colonialism? Then 2, what was Uganda's economy in the colonial state period? That was from 1894 to 1962. I would then briefly talk about the Uganda's economy in post-independence period, and I will successfully and emphatically explain why Uganda's economy is behaving the way it is behaving. I will provide then analysis of what NRM government has done using 10 pillars of Musevenomics, and I will elaborate on those very quickly, and then we are able to see where we are. And usually the President wants me to explain and also to do modeling of how Uganda will look like when we are fully a modernized economy. And I'm going to start business right now. Let's move. Let's move. So the 6 questions are those which I already explained. And of course we know that by the period 1894, before Captain Rugada came here to establish Uganda as a protectorate, Uganda was largely agrarian. There was no money economy. The economy was just barter trade. You have maize, I need soap, I give you maize, you give me soap. That's what it was. Mainly agricultural products were the main stay of the economy, and this continued up to the period of the colonial state. Still the economy didn't change. Still we had agrarian economy, agriculture largely, and there's no monetized economy. People are not engaged in business, and this created a very big problem for us to comprehend. I was at the London School of Economics, and I went to the library of the British Library of Political and Economic Science. And what I wanted our president to know is that when you look at the budget for 2016-2017, then the budget for 2017 and 2018, when we are going for the First World War, Uganda used to have a surplus budget. We used it to spend, and then there's money remained for taking out to the next budget. And the issue was, the Minister of Agriculture is here. The explanation there was that, for example, if you see that 184,000 pounds was quality of seeds, then 2, supervision in terms of agriculture extension, and then making sure that there is support supervision for farmers and taking very good quality products to the markets. This created a lot of return for farmers, and the farmers were very, very happy in that regard. The budget, as you can see, was surplus budget, but these days we have a very serious deficit budget. The amount of money we get from URA is not enough to fund all government expenses, and you find that government has to borrow. This is what it is. Then when you go to the period under it's right after independence, you will see that the colonial state starts to bring in a little bit of industry, but industry is still very small. You do not have sufficient leverage to create wealth, and still the population is not able to move. And what happens is that the economy is not to the level to which we wanted the economy to be, and what we then have is failure for the people to get exactly the welfare that we had wanted. I'm now going to take you very briefly because of lack of time, to what we refer to as Theonomics. And Theonomics is based on 10 pillars. And I'm going to analyze those pillar per pillar, and then we are going to do each half a second. Pillar number 1 is on peace and security. Peace and security are sacrosanct for both domestic and foreign direct investment. In 1986, we did not have any foreign direct investment here. It was zero. As we speak right now, foreign direct investment is 6.1% of GDP. Our GDP is $50.2 billion. So we have about $2.529 billion people who are coming in to invest money here in Uganda. How are we able to achieve that? It's because of peace and security, and we want to congratulate this region and other regions for creating peace, so that people can now settle down, farmers can settle down, and then business can come in, people can work and have enterprises with secure means of those enterprises. We have pillar number 2, I'm running quickly, which was nationalization of enterprises. You remember, this is where the ones which belong to the Indians, and this issue had been a very, very serious issue until the president created an environment in which this thing can be sorted out, because it was hampering foreign direct investment. But after this issue had been sorted out, you can see that we are increasingly having people with the money who want to invest here. We have issue number 3, which is expansion of our public sector. And here, the president was emphatic on ensuring that for business to flourish, you must have enterprises that can flourish. And this required capital base. And this required to liberalize the economy, to ensure that we can get dollars. Like when you are in Ethiopia, I was in Ethiopia the other day, you cannot have the number of dollars, the amount of dollars you want to enter Addis. They will ask you how much money do you have. Then we are out of Addis, out of Ethiopia, how much money do you have now? And the issue is they don't want you to have money more than the money you came with. But for Uganda's economy, it is liberalized. You can have your coffee here, and then sell. You can have whatever you are doing and sell, then you can attract capital. This has made us able to attract business and have competitive inflows. We have the issue of, let me run the issue of universal primary education. This, you remember that in 1997 we had about 2.5 million children. We now have a total of 8.6 million. But the President Museveni needs to know that we have an issue of retention of children, and this is an issue which government needs now to work on. Otherwise, in terms of enrollment, we are there, almost there. But when you come to retention, and then of course other quality issues of performance, student-teacher ratio, teachers being available, having textbooks and so on, this is where we still have a challenge. But in terms of enrollment, we are at 8.6 million cumulative, which is also a very serious base for enhancing business and competitiveness. We have cost of doing business itself. When you are doing business, I looked at when can we do well in terms of doing business. There are issues of taxation which are still challenging. There are issues of electricity. And when we were in Changwans the other day, we were able to know that we had about 60 megawatts on our 250. But now we have over 2,000 megawatts, to be very specific, 2005. Now, what the President needs to know, I think I don't know whether the Minister of Energy here, my sister, Honorable Lufinanka, is that the cost of electricity is still not very friendly. Businesses are finding it very difficult to afford electricity. The cost is high. And the reason why that cost is high is also because of the cost of money which we used to now have these dams constructed. The solution for this, those who are in the know of how this can be done, is that we can always list these things on stock exchange and do what the licensed dam in Ethiopia have done. So when you have Karuma Dam is listed on stock exchange, and then you get cheaper, relatively cheaper money than now the money you borrow to be able to construct it. And then you have 2,000 megawatts, but now they become very expensive for people to use. Nobody wants to have electricity wires passing over your head, and then you are not able to tap that electricity. So we want to congratulate government for moving from 60 megawatts to 1,000 megawatts. So currently now in the country we have overload, there's an electricity overload. So what we have, the challenge is we need to ensure that we can use that electricity. That's what it is. I have seen my brother Professor Kamunt is here. We were together at the London School of Economics, and we monetized the economy. The president here monetized the economy. He wants the economy to people to have money in their pockets. That's why you have this yoga, you have PDM, you have Babunaba Gagaware. What are these programs up to? These programs, the president wants you people to have money in your pocket. Because when an economy, people have money in the pocket, the velocity of money, the rate at which money moves, if money moves at a higher speed from me to you, it moves to go to the business, to go to schools, they come. When there is money circulating in an economy, that economy becomes very, very powerful. That's why the Americans are the most powerful economy. They have the highest movement of money amongst themselves than any other country. Why? Because the things they all do are the things which are bringing in money, not those ones which people keep money in your houses. At this point, let me bring this point here. Those who keep money in houses, those who keep money in mattresses, you are creating our economy to freeze. You have an economy which is frozen. Because how? We want money in the economy, we want money in the bank so that we can borrow it, do business. But once you have money which is under your mattresses, it is in your pots and so on, you don't want the money to be in circulation. It freezes the economy, and then when the economy is frozen, of course, you have low economic activity, low productivity, and of course there is low incomes and low economic growth. I've seen my brother, Honorable Chris Variomus here. The last point was ICT. Thank you very much, Honorable Chris. ICT is point number 10 from Theonomics, because the President wanted to ensure that we can have information telecommunication technologies. Information communication technologies are now the drivers of growth. There's no country which can be able to grow without leveraging ICTs. And this is what the government is doing, this is what the economy is doing. So those 10 pillars is what the issue of Theonomics is about, and I'm going to finish now in a few minutes by showing you data. How has the government moved? Let's show those graphs and we finish. How all those things will continue? This is income. That is how income has moved from per capita income of 241 to the current per capita income of 193. And if a country gets a per capita income of more than 1033 for 3 consecutive years, that country is declared a middle income country. So we want to congratulate Uganda for being a middle income country. For now 3 successful years, we have jumped to the $1,033 per person. And of course the question here is, am I part of that middle income country? Professor Lango, how do you calculate this? We get the total money the country earns divided by the total population. So for me, what I wish from you is that you are part of that population, you are part of those families which are engaged in economic activity, which we calculate and find that you're also doing economic activity. If you are not engaged in any economic activity, then it becomes very difficult for you to find yourself in that bracket. That graph is showing the rate of savings. Savings has improved, and this one has been facilitated by National Social Security Fund. Has done very well, extremely well in mobilizing resources, because when a country doesn't have savings, then the cost of capital when you want to go and do business becomes very, very expensive. That's why you find Kenya is relatively higher in terms of cost of capital. You find other countries' interest rates are lower. Why? Because it is easy to get money. How do you easily get money? Because people save with that money. There's no way you can get money without saving. There's no way you can do investment without saving. So it is important for saving. And our saving to GDP ratio is still very small. We need to increase our rate of saving. And saving is an issue of culture. It's not a function of income. People have a mistake that you must have a lot of money in order to save some. It is when you earn money, you save. You don't save after spending. You save before spending any money, the way we do for the church. We pay our tithe before any other expenditure we do. So that's how exactly you treat it. Number 3 is on investment, and our investment has increased. Our foreign direct investment now is 2.592 billion, which is 6.1% of GDP. In 1986, and the period about 1980 to there was 1986 to about 90 was zero. Nobody was willing to bring money here. The same thing we have in Somalia. I'm currently the international consultant for African Development Bank, and we are building Somalian economy. I'm part of that process. I'm in the center of that process. And in Somalia, we don't have money, any money now. And we congratulate the government here for pacifying Somalia. And when I'm there, I have my head very, very high, because they know that I'm a Ugandan, and our UPDF is there. They are protecting us. We are trying to ensure you people, you need to know what peace and security means. You know, you understand peace and security. When you don't have it, that's when you know its value. So in Somalia, what we are doing is to ensure that we can establish these institutions and people can be able to do business, but no one can bring money very comfortably in Somalia. Why? Because you are not comfortable of security of your investment. So what we are doing with African Development Bank is to ensure that security can come, and we congratulate the government here for being part of that process of pacifying our region. The next one is exchange rate, and then I finish. Our exchange rate has been having challenges, and the reason why our shilling does not fetch us a lot of value is because we are not exporting. If you don't export and earn money in hard currency, and dollars, and pounds, and yuan from China and Japan, then for you now you are importing, because the country now is a net importer. We import goods in Uganda worth $12 billion every year. Then we export goods worth half of that. So we pay $12 billion, we add $6 billion, we have a deficit of $6 billion. What does that mean? You have just created jobs for people where you have paid that money because of our deficit of $6 billion. Why do we have that very big deficit? It's because we are not exporting high value products. The Minister of Agriculture is here, and I want to give him information. The coffee value chain, our total coffee value chain, Uganda is number 3 in production of high quality coffee. It is number 8 in production of the largest amount of coffee in the world. I was in London, I held meetings I'm also a Manchester United fan. We are now doing very, very badly, as you all know. Man U, nobody wants to say Man U. Let me declare I'm a Man U here. We are also still here. We are also still here. So I was at Piccadilly. Those who understand London very well. I was at Piccadilly and I went to Starbucks. These are coffee shops where you go and you make a cup of coffee. Then I had meetings in Leeds. I had very many meetings in Amsterdam, and I was everywhere. What I was doing was United Nations had asked me to map what Ugandans, all of you, are doing outside Ugandan borders. And they said, Professor Nwakaba, you establish how much money these Ugandans getting from Ugandan borders. And I was able to do it. I was everywhere. I was in New York, I was in Amsterdam, I was in Dubai. I had very many meetings. So when I was at Piccadilly, London, in Manchester City, I felt very sad because the coffee I found there is Yagachev. It's Yagachev coffee. It is from Ethiopia. And Yagachev coffee has been, I don't know whether there is somebody here from Ministry of Constitutional Affairs, and my sister Maseki Nobisho is in Uganda Registration Services Bureau. The coffee in Ethiopia has been geographically indicated. Geographic indication is when you give your commodity a brand name that is similar to where you come from. Like you say, I'm from Lango here, and I'm from Kwania, and we produce this commodity. If it is shea butter, if it is sim, that is special. And when we do that, then the commodity of that, the process is through URSB, then we go to East African Community in Arusha, we go to African Union in South Africa, and then Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. We say this shea butter from northern Uganda is the one that you cannot find it anywhere. So when I was in those shops, especially one in this Starbucks, I found Yagachev coffee in Ethiopia, and each kilo, and I want to inform the president how we can really move around that process. It's $32. It was $4. After geographically indicating it, it multiplied by 8 in value without adding anything. Why? Because they geographically indicated it. They gave it a brand similar to what the village of that place is coming from. So we need to geographically indicate our products, and for coffee, for revenue collection, I'm about to finish, the president is coming. So we want to challenge you, especially in agriculture, to ensure that we can geographically indicate our products, and then we can earn much more value than the products which are being produced now. Another example is the Ankole cow. The Ankole cow also has capacity to be geographically indicated. Shea butter in northern Uganda has capacity to be geographically indicated. We have the Lububu in Uganda can be geographically indicated, and so on and so forth. So in conclusion, therefore, we want to congratulate the government for creating an environment for doing business. So we want you people to use that environment and to know that there are certain things you do and there are certain things the government can do to be able to move the country and also the economy forward. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Professor. Professor, I'm sure whatever you have mentioned, sometimes understanding it is not easy. It needs to be broken down, and we appreciate. Like savings, we have Bolichap. How do we make Bolichap be the center for investments? There are so many other issues which we need to appreciate. The per capita income which you mentioned, which is about 4.5 million per year. Are we actually getting it?
Aduong dong ti amena donyo kane chawa mor keken. Ameda koini haka pi mor di kanu. Beno ko me pi duoni. Me we ka duong beno wa ti ba jo ame utworo de. Bet ko mi gufu me jo le wer tek ram. Manu ko na matiel. Program mati wota man. Ka duong tunu. Awero national anthem, EAC anthem melao. Kamano tum enatelo bote kwa yo bishops, my lord bishops, American, Anglican, ke Catholic, menok microphone ati nyingi, otetelo lego. Kamano tum odobeno kwa yo won come LC1 mekan won come Tikwene. Won come LC1 bedom tayari be word microphone ejola duom. Eka the chairperson National Organizing Committee Honorable Anite. Bino me a synopsis of more Berti American Amaduong Wotpe. Chairperson LC1 kwa ya kwa ituok tumye. Kanale kane kodom. Bewek Wotpe yeli. Chairperson Organizing Committee bino me a synopsis bengo Berti American. Eka dom program the word from chairperson eka presentation of memorandum and the program okay and the following. And binu kwa yo menu to joy this week. And I chawa do pe abinu mo jo this week achela. Do this week achela binu to te hoki kita kino tikere kan. And I do be pe mono won manu wela joy wiwu. Eka program dang tebedo a check. And oginami tiboru. It's very long. Ometro one poti kaliel kan. Poiri wanu pe kakumu. Wanu tu nyamo kop me don lobo nyamo ayi joyom. Eka duong nang kau bino. Ojolo amiola am kobe yomi nyai ojoga. Kau nu ojoga kuma. Eko bipe ojole. Eno kau nu ojole agonya. Eko bini ojole. Biena kobo kinati mere. Jo ame ajola duong. Yes, Secretary General Memorandum, Right Honorable Odwong, take the government chief whip, take the Honorable Minister Betty Mongi, Honorable Minister Jen, Honorable Minister Chris, the Minister Soken and Americano, or take the one Gomela parliamentary group, Honorable Judith Aliek, Amir Bekuno, Eka Tigero Dongme Security, Police, the UPDF, Honorable Team Manok, Cameo Kerro, making the Juni one no carry to Major Duong Pien, Space Correno, Petia Duong. Eka Honorable, even in Anita, the chairperson, National Organizing Committee, Philima Duong, Uganda Long. Birume ya Duong, yo, Moa Wanula Kan, Keremoa Me, Wuri Kobo, Kereri, Memorandum, Joint Memorandum, Melamo, Ameo Yemo, one come Melamo Parliamentary Group, Bino Panedo, you point in Chogani. tiki tura me pejar wa tekere kitu no wano ta mo kero metu kere era duong president ko ni mano be chokere mere ame hotel chokere mere jaru ministers no tia meyo mo ame government teti kere kitanyo ti kere eno kere da feedback ni mo gino don kana po nyamo obero kopi ko ma poyere maber mama first lady tie karugene biru be kare then kok mayot kom enu Germany lo Bureau chok correction to me board government chalo kamalao adong waro tamni woti bilu pi moro ko mewe koni kai yemi bere yom be moko ko man kwa jana kwa ya do pire tek ado lo do DJ kwa keto wa wero DJ can you give us a song that can set the mood of receiving a guest of honor excellence please DJ DJ put me want to find out what. Made it.
60,000 storage. It feels very added.
Yellow bus, Chagua. DJ, we may not wait for you. Okay. What do you even do to make?
1 week?
Yes, baby. I'm going Excellency and Mama, we take this opportunity to welcome you to Kwania. Can we all rise up for the national anthem, EAC anthem, and Lango anthem?
Prayers, can I invite the Right Reverend Bishop of West Lango Diocese and His Lordship, the Bishop of Ikwera Diocese, to lead us in prayers.
Let us pray. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Almighty God, we have gathered here in your presence in this very important program of the Presidential Monitoring and Sensitization Program on Parish Development Model in Lango Sub-Region. The Bible says in the letter of Paul, Romans chapter 14, verse 17, that for the kingdom of God is not a matter of eating and drinking, but of righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. Today, we are here raising our voices to you, Almighty God, for peace, love, and coexistence in Uganda, especially in Lango sub-region. Therefore, we happily welcome our President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to this sub-region here present with us. May you, Lord, grant him your grace and favor to continue to be our President. Give him the strength and courage to manage well a number of the national importance in this country, especially the Parish Development Model. Bless his family and the people of Uganda whom he leads. Bless all the political leaders here present, civil servants. Bless all the religious leaders and cultural leadership, especially here in sub-region. Provide us with the knowledge and encouragement needed to manage every difficult situation in the best way possible. Help us, God, to know you better, and we would like to invite your presence in the struggle to bring peace in this country. God, help us to appreciate and maintain the peace, right, and the freedom, justice that we are currently enjoying in Uganda. Therefore, we would like to submit the day function and this meeting to your able hands, All the days His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be here in this sub-region conducting several meetings. May you protect him and the team. Give us strength and courage in the struggle to maintain peace and unity among us in order to develop our country. Bless every person being invited to attend this meeting. Give us the spirit of unity and humility. And this is my humble supplication in your name, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
As Lango religious leaders, we said we are going to have only one prayer and with one message to His Excellency and your entourage. That we are very, very happy to receive you as Lango religious leaders, LARELEF. And we are ready to support the program in this region. And lastly, we would like that you make the program understandable to us by making us participate more actively than we were before. Thank you very much. Feel welcome.
Thank you. We cannot take our seats.
Thank you, Your Excellency and Mama. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you to Lango and in Kwania District in particular. As you move around the country, and this time in Lango, in fulfilling your duty and responsibility that God gave you to superintend over Uganda, and in your quest to ensure that no single family and household lives in poverty but must be mobilized to get income that can make them live a meaningful and good life in this country. For this, Your Excellency, we welcome you and thank you for coming. Your Excellency, before I call the LC1, the National Organizing Committee has been with us here since Monday, and they had guided us to invite leaders from all the districts in Lango. I wish through you that I introduce them district by district. Can I invite the team from Kwania District to rise up? Members, delegates from Kwania. Neluakme Kwania yaun mali joluna duong. Luakme district me apart yauni joluna duong dundu chawatel. That is Apache district. Luakme Oyam district unduchu yauna waachele joluna duong. That is the delegation from Oyam. Luakme Amolatar district. Your Excellency Mama, that's the team from Amolatar. Luakme Kole district. Thank you. Luakme Leptong district. Thank you. Luakme Otuge district. Thank you. Luakme Lira district. Thank you. Luakme Lira city. Thank you. Luakme Apache municipality. Thank you, Luakme Dokolo and Luakme Kole. Your Excellency and Mama, allow me to invite the chairperson of LC1 to come and welcome you. Thank you. Chairperson.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the Right Honorable Vice President, Honorable Ministers, Members of Parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor that I welcome you all to Akai Debesel, Ikwera Ward, Aduku Town Council in Kwania District. Your Excellency, we are a peaceful community, and I assure you and everyone here is safe. Please feel free to interact freely with your leaders and people of this area. My name is Richard Otiek, and I must say, Your Excellency, your visit to our community is a great blessing. I want also to express heartfelt gratitude for your transformative programs, particularly Imyoga and Paris Development Model. These initiatives have brought remarkable socio-economic transformation, and the lives of our people are steadily improving under your leadership. We are truly grateful for your unwavering commitment to the development of Uganda. Your Excellency, in Akai Debe, just immediately behind me, I have Aduku Health Center 4. Due to the increasing population, we pray that Aduku is upgraded to a District General Hospital. And Your Excellency, as you may remember, in 2018, you supported Kwania with some fund. We started a complex administrative block up there. The ground floor is already functional. We pray it should be completed. As we continue to benefit from your leadership, we humbly request that consider standing again in 2026 with prosperity. To enhance effort in mobilization, I would like to humbly request a modest means of transport to support our work on the ground. Additionally, I wish to recognize my colleague, the neighbor who is the chairperson, LC1 for Kwania District, Majid Uluma. I don't know whether he's around, yes. Your Excellency, as you return, we wish you safe journey home. Thank you for your leadership, your commitment to the people of Uganda, and your continued support. I thank you for God and my country. Okay. I said to enhance mobilization, to help us in mobilization. You see, this time round, we need a serious mobilization. So I need a motorcycle to enhance mobilization.
Thank you, Your Excellency. The chairman LC1 is promising to go back and do serious mobilization, and he has also endorsed you as the candidate for 2026, and we think he's a serious chairman. Your Excellency, allow me to take this opportunity to invite the chairperson National Organizing Committee, Honorable Evelyn Anite, to come and give us the synopsis of what has been going on here, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Museveni oye! Mama oye! Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the First Lady and the Minister for Education and Sports, our dear Mama, Janet Museveni, the Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todong, the Government Chief Whip, all the ministers present and the SEC members, the religious leaders, our people of Lango, I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Your Excellency, the President, I am not the chairperson of the National Organizing Committee. The chairperson of the National Organizing Committee, as constituted by you, is the Vice President. I bring you apologies from the Vice President, who was not able to come here because of an assignment that you gave her to launch the career sitter. And therefore, she has sent greetings to the people of Lango as well. Your Excellency, you sent us to Lango. We have been in Lango as the National Organizing Committee. We are here. The Vice President will join us tomorrow. The Secretary General, myself. I want to introduce Honorable Obua Dennis Hanson, the Government Chief Whip, who is a member of the committee. You can clap for him. He's the son of the soil. I also want to introduce the State House Controller, Jane Bariche, for the job well done. Tomorrow we'll be launching the hub, and then myself. Your Excellency, I want to give you an account of what we have done in the region and what you sent us to do here. But first, I want all of us to put our hands together and clap for the President, for this is his meeting. Your Excellency, you're one leader who is visionary and who is always close to your leaders and cadres in the whole country. You have so far traversed 11 districts, 11 sub-regions, and Lango is our 11th sub-region. Thank you, the people of Lango, for receiving us here. Your Excellency, your movement is under the theme, Securing Your Future for Socioeconomic Transformation for Shared Prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time our revolutionary leader is moving across the country. As you recall, he said yesterday that he has been in the mission of getting the people of Uganda out of poverty for now 64 years. Please, let's clap for the President. I do recall I was watching a clip of you yesterday in 1995 when you're moving around the country asking our people to get out of poverty. What came in my mind is the parable of the sower in the book of Matthew and Luke, where the farmer scattered his seeds, and some of them fell on fertile soil, some of them fell on the thorns, others fell on the rock. But Your Excellency, I want to report to you, from the time we have been in Lango, Lango is a fertile soil. Thank you, the people of Lango, for listening to the visionary leader, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's message of getting out of poverty. Your Excellency, I now finally would like to recognize the people who have made presentations. As you guided, you cleared the program. The people of Lango have been here since 10 o'clock. Please let us clap for ourselves for being here since 10 o'clock. We have had presentation on Parish Development Model. Honorable Raphael Magezi, please stand up for recognition. And Honorable Galabuzi Sozi, you did a good job. Thank you very much. And that was moderated by Honorable Samuel. Your Excellency, we also had a presentation from Honorable Haruna Chaine on the status of Myoga. Your Excellency, there is Honorable Haruna Chaine. Let's clap for Honorable Haruna Chaine. He did make a good presentation. Mr. President, we also had a presentation on the status of the roads infrastructure in Laos sub-region, and that was presented by Honorable Musa Ocheru. Honorable Musa, you can stand up. Your Excellency, we also had Honorable Bino presenting on sustainable agriculture, and I want to ask him to stand up for recognition. Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, General Salim Saleh, requested us that it is very important that we must talk about the Theonomics. And we therefore, he asked us to have Professor Augustus Nwagaba, who has written a book of all accounts of what you have done to transform Uganda from a lower income status and taking it to middle income status. I want to ask Professor Nwagaba to stand up for recognition. And Professor Nwagaba has written a book that I would like to ask him to come and to present if it has been vetted by security to the President. Your Excellency, fast forward. We are not going to take a lot of time here because it is your meeting, and indeed, we want to hear from you. So as such, we're only going to have one leader from Lango who is going to present on behalf of all the people of Lango the issues that they would like you to address. So before I therefore would like to invite Honorable Hamson Dennis Obua to invite the memorandum and also introduce our high dignitaries. Honorable Hamson Obua, I thank you very much for listening to me.
Lango ye. Amito kong mungi wamwani one put pio jol iroma president atia mua. Kana hachia mana chela babu chingu karomea duoko. Gini en kajo agamo dang bai na kay jolo dano munatia mungi wamwa peko bingato. Your Excellency and Mama, may I request the people of Lango, because today as you are meeting the leaders from Lango, you have just laid the foundation stone for the construction of a Kibwa Olympic Stadium. That is it, that is it. That is it. You need another rap? You need another rap? You need another rap? You need another rap? 2026 to 2031. 2026 to 2031. You Erika Gota Museveni. You Erika Gota Museveni. You need another rap? You need another rap? Thank you very much. Your Excellency and Mama, before I invite the chairperson of Lango Parliamentary Group, permit me to recognize some dignitaries in the order of protocol for both the state and government who are here present. Present with you, Your Excellency, is first and foremost, in a very special way, Mama, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sport. Mama, welcome to Lango, welcome to Lango, welcome to Lango. Your Excellency, we are joined by Right Honorable Richard Todwong, the Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement. We are joined by a number of ministers. I recognize already Mama, let me now proceed to others. We are joined by Honorable Betty Amongi. We are joined by Honorable Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng. The Minister of ICT. We are joined by the Honorable Raphael Magezi. We are joined by Honorable Aruna Kasolo Cheyune.
We are joined by Honorable Musa Ikwera, the Harrow Boy. We are joined by Honorable Dr. Kenneth Olusegun Omona. We are joined by Honorable Major Wino Chagulaga. We are joined by the Honorable Peter Ogwang. Your Excellency, myself and Honorable Anite would need no introduction in the interest of time. Your Excellency, on the list of members of Parliament who are present, Lango oye! Lango oye! Mzee Museveni oye! Wang me pa ko linguno ye yomi yum. Everybody linguno. We got youth members me parliament ametie. Your Excellency, we are joined by the following members of Parliament: Honorable Felix Okot Ogong, Honorable Dr. Atim Agnes Apea, Honorable Mrs. Betty Engola, Honorable Okot Bitek Jr., Honorable Dorcas Achen, Honorable Auma Agnes Linda, Honorable Akelo Christine Gokadaho, Honorable Okwi Samuel Odwe, Honorable Tony Ayo, Honorable Arinaitwe Rwakajara for the workers, Honorable Santa Alum Ogwan, Honorable Achon Julius Bua, Honorable Susan Abeja, Honorable Olobo Dubai, Honorable Ogwal Goli. That is on the list of members of Parliament. If there are those who came who are with Muzei, they can submit the list. Your Excellency, we are joined by religious leaders. In the interest of time, let me recognize Bishop Julius Caesar Nina, Bishop West Lango Diocese. Let me recognize Bishop Lino Wanok, Bishop Lira Diocese. Let me recognize Bishop Professor Alfred Olwa, Bishop Lango Diocese. Let me recognize Bishop Joseph Omara of the National Fellowship of Born Again. I want to also recognize the Honorable Dr. Opio Achuti of Kole. I also recognize the Honorable Judith Aliek, who will present the Memorandum of Lango shortly. Your Excellency, we are joined by senior presidential advisors and other presidential advisors led by the Honorable Sam Engola. We are joined by a team from the PDM Secretariat headed by Honorable Dennis Sozi Galabuzi. We are joined by a team from Emyoga Secretariat headed by Madame Rita. Your Excellency, we are joined by a host of district, city, and municipality leaders, including Operation Wealth Creation. And last but not least, we are joined by our security chiefs. The division commander for the UPDF, the RPC in charge of this region for police, and the RPC for prisons. I don't know whether he's around. But Your Excellency, a special thank you to you as Commander-in-Chief for deploying General Katunji as the head of our division here. He has done his best through your guidance. May I therefore take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Judith Aliek, the Chairperson, Lango Parliamentary Group, to present the joint memorandum of the people of Lango. As she comes, I can hear local people saying the Member of Parliament, the one and only, the son of Mzee Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Honorable Ogwalgoli is here.
Lango, oye! Lango, oye! Museveni, oye! Mama, oye! Apoyo total. Your Excellency and Mama, the Secretary General, NRM, the Government Chief Whip, Honorable Ministers present, Honorable Members of Parliament present, our Lord Bishops and the entire clergy present, the cultural institution, protocol observed. Your Excellency, I take this opportunity to present a joint memo of Lango leaders to you at this moment. The leaders of Lango, Your Excellency and Mama, warmly welcome you to this place. Apoyo Bino. Apoyo Bino. Apoyo Bino. We further extend our deepest gratitude for your unwavering leadership and commitment. Your government's transformative initiatives over the years, Your Excellency, have left an indelible mark on our communities, bringing hope and prosperity to millions of your people. Your visionary leadership, coupled with your in-depth wisdom, unmatchable patriotism, and comprehensive understanding of our history, has enabled Uganda become a center of regional peace, security, prosperity, and development, Your Excellency. For example, cattle rustling has been wiped out in this region, especially in the areas of Utuke and surrounding areas. Let's give a round of applause for this wonderful work that has been done by our President. Your Excellency, Lango sub-region, that was once the epicenter of insurgencies during the LRA period, has now achieved total peace. I mean total peace and security, which has formed the foundation for socio-economic development. As leaders of Lango, Your Excellency, we extend our gratitude for the strides made over the past years in the following areas. 1. Establishment of Lira University. Your Excellency, Lira University has become a beacon of higher education in northern Uganda, offering academic and professional programs that is bridging the gap for the much-needed human resources for national development. Your Excellency, the second area is the set of Lango Sub-Region Presidential Skilling Hub. This industrial hub at Lira University is skilling our youth, providing them with vocational training to foster self-reliance and is reducing unemployment. Number 3, upgrading of Uganda Technical College, which is located in Lira. Your Excellency, Uganda Technical College now offers better training facilities, enabling it to produce skilled manpower essential for Uganda's industrialization agenda. It is also a center of excellence in road construction with a recent provision of heavy-duty road construction equipment, and is playing a big role, a very big role, in supporting districts in the maintenance of our roads. Your Excellency, let me talk about USMID program. The Uganda Support to Municipal Infrastructure Development Program has enhanced urban planning and infrastructure within Lira City and Apache municipality, improving service delivery, the quality of life for residents, including its beautification. It is now difficult to tell the difference between Lira City and Kampala City at night. The next one, Your Excellency, is commissioning of construction of Akibwa Memorial Stadium that has been done today by you, Muzei. We are very grateful for the commissioning of this stadium, which will serve as a regional sports and tourism center, hosting the first AFCON event in Uganda, while honoring the legacy of Uganda's Olympic champion, John Akibwa. We hope that the funding will also be provided to upgrade our hotels to meet the requirements for AFCON, Your Excellency. The next one is construction of Lango Cultural Center. The government support in constructing the cultural chiefdom headquarters is a key ingredient in the preservation and promotion of Lango's rich heritage. The next one is improvement in Lira Regional Referral Hospital. Your Excellency, the construction of one of the most advanced state-of-the-art laboratories at Lira Regional Referral Hospital and commencement of dialysis services has saved hundreds and hundreds of kidney patients costs in traveling to Kampala for dialysis services. Your Excellency, we appreciate you so much also for the creation of Lira City. Elevation of Lira to city status has spurred urban development and positioned Lango as a key economic hub in northern Uganda. Your Excellency, we also like to appreciate you on the expansion and rehabilitation of our national road infrastructure. Your Excellency, we are so grateful for the efforts in the reconstruction of Lira Kamdini Road and the tarmacking of Wekunye Apache Lira Road that we have just followed right now. And they are already in their advanced stages of completion. These, coupled with the loan approval for construction of Masindi Port Bridge, will open up Lango to the rest of Uganda and the region. We also request the Minister of Works for an update on the progress on the status of the bridge at Masindi Port. Your Excellency, these and many other initiatives highlights and our government's dedication to uplifting our sub-region. We acknowledge and appreciate these monumental contributions so much, so much, and so much. Can we give a round of applause again? Despite these achievements, Papa, there are areas where additional support is crucial to further the development of Lango. We humbly request your intervention in the following priorities, Your Excellency. Number one, infrastructure development. Your Excellency, construction of Lira Airport The land for this project, Your Excellency, has been secured already in a 9 in Lira City. It is measuring 1.8 kilometers by 4 kilometers, which is more than adequate for an international airport. The construction of this airport, Your Excellency, first of all, will link Lira City and Uganda to the region, including the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, and the rest of the world. Lango is at the center of Uganda in a Molatar, which is better positioned positioned for the regional linkages. 2, positioning Lira City to host international sports tournaments with the presence of a Kibwa Stadium. So the airport will be very, very important. And also to boost international trade and the economy. And to decongest Kampala and Entebbe, and also provide employment opportunities to our people, Your Excellency. The second point is construction of national roads and bridges. Your Excellency, Lango still has the lowest stock of paved road network in the country, at less than 3%. Despite the addition of 191 kilometer Wekunye Apach Lira Road, we therefore call for the expedited construction of Karuma Bridge, tarmacking of the 88 kilometer Dokulo Ochero Namasale Road. Your Excellency, some of the people here and your entourage followed this road yesterday, Dokulo Ochero Namasale. It is in a very sorry state. Your Excellency, I remember one time you wrote for pre-financing to the Minister of Finance in 2021, and we have not yet got any good update to that effect about your directive to tarmac Dokulo Ochero Namasale Road. There's also 120 kilometer Lira Aloi Kotidu Abim Road, and the 55 kilometer Kona Yer, Kona Boke, Icheme, Bobby Road, which is the Great North Road, taking us to Juba via Gulu City. We also propose that the Boke Bobby road design be adjusted to add a link from a Boke market to a Nekapiri market up to Gur, connecting Lira District headquarters, an extension from Kona Yer to Apach District and municipality headquarters. This will ensure 3 district headquarters in Lango sub-region being connected by tarmac. An additional 40 kilometers will be added to make it 95 kilometers. That is the one of the Great North Road, Your Excellency. As Lango leaders, we have come up with a transport master plan for the sub-region, which will ensure inter-district connectivity by tarmac across the region through a ring road from Amolatar to Dokolo, Aleptong, Otuke, Lira District, Kole, Oyam, and transport to adopt this transport master plan. We also request for a ferry from Nambiesu to Kwania. This one has a very significant use because Nambiesu to Kwania is a very big problem. You have to pass Nambiesu to Amolata. Yes. Yeah. And also to Abeja in Amolata. Am I right there? Yes. That is how the ferry will move up to Abeja in Amolata. Then establishment of a sub-regional driving permit center, Your Excellency. We would like you, Your Excellency, we are requesting that a center for issuance of driving permits in Lango to address the challenges faced in accessing Gulu driving permit center should also be considered. Then our district roads, Your Excellency, we request for a meeting because recently the government has been giving districts 1 billion for the road maintenance in their respective districts. We therefore request, because there has been challenges, we request for a meeting between district roads committees and the Ministry of Works to address issues of the 1 billion that has been given to the districts. Lango sub-region has many swamp crossings, Your Excellency. We also request for a special budget for Lango for putting up box culverts, pipe culverts, and bridges, because we have a lot of water that is destroying our roads. Your Excellency, let me move to human capital development. Elevation of health center funds to general hospitals, 6 million, against the required 500,000 patients per general hospital. And the general hospital is a patch hospital where we have the general hospital. As a minimum, therefore, the region requires additional 4 general hospitals. We propose that, Your Excellency, Dokolo Health Center 4, Aleptong Health Center 4, Obur Health Center 4, Aboke Health Center 4, and Anyeke Health Center 4 be upgraded to general hospitals. Okay, Aduku be upgraded to general hospitals. Okay. We shall add more to His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, that is for the start, for the general hospitals for the start. Under NDP 4, which has been provided for, the budget has been provided to a tune of 250 billion for construction and rehabilitation of general hospitals. So other health facilities, health center force can be added still to the requirement of general hospitals. Your Excellency, number 5, we have, under the human capital development, we have revamping education in Lango sub-region. Renovation of the old dilapidated schools and interventions to address the high dropout rates. Current primary school completion rates in Lango sub-region are less than the national of 40%, with some districts as low as 20%. We also propose that a school feeding program be considered to keep children in school. Your Excellency, we would also like to remind you about the 200 million pledge you made in 2022 at Ibuje, a Park District, for Lango Education Trust to support needy students to access secondary and university. Lango here? Your Excellency, Regional Centers for Heart Institute, an upgrade of Lira Regional Hospital to a national referral hospital. We would like Lira Regional Referral Hospital to be established in the Regional Center for Heart Institute in Lango. Currently, Gulu hosts the Regional Oncology Center at Lango. We also propose that Lira Regional Referral Hospital be upgraded to a national referral hospital, considering its central position to Karamoja, Teso, Acholi, Bukedi, and Sebe. Your Excellency, compensation of Acholbanya Secondary School bus. Your Excellency, in 2017, you directed the Attorney General to compensate Acholbanya Secondary College District with a bus following the National Resistance Army taking it to safe custody of their brand new lorry during the insurgency. Till date, the compensation has not been done, and the Attorney General has further forwarded the matter to Ministry of Education to handle. We ask for your intervention on this matter that has now taken 38 years to resolve. Agro-industrialization. Your Excellency, as far as agriculture and economic diversification is concerned, government investment in agro-processing plants, example, for fruits like mangoes, citrus, and pineapples, and support for modern farming methods, and perennial crops such as coffee and cocoa. We also request for promotion of livestock farming through scaling up animal rearing with improved breeds, veterinary services, and markets. And lastly, water for production through increased access to affordable irrigation technologies. Your Excellency, the current irrigation technologies needs investment of almost 10 million Ugandan shillings, including digging the water resources which majority of our farmers cannot afford, including the cost sharing of 25% by the farmer. Your Excellency, there is need to review the current model. Many districts in Lango last year returned billions of shillings for irrigation equipment due to this to the consolidated fund. Industrialization of Lango. Your Excellency, would like support for the development of the industrial parks in Lango, namely the parks in Lira, Dokolo, and Oyam. We also propose that energy for industrialization be prioritized. Your Excellency, several investors have expressed interest to invest in various parts of Lango, such as Kole, such as Oyam, such as Otuke, where, for example, in Kole, an investor called Soya Solutions wants to put up a soya value addition plant, a very big one. However, the lack of a three-phase power grid has limited their investment, which can open up many job opportunities for our people in the entire sub-region. I would like to take this opportunity. If Soya Solutions are here, can you rise up for recognition? Yes. These are our investments that are coming to bring several job opportunities to our people and also to put value addition. Your Excellency, fishing community conflict with the UPDF in Lake Yoga and River Nile. Your Excellency, the challenges of fishing communities and the conflict with the UPDF has impacted livelihoods and led to deaths in the fishing districts of Amolata, Apache, Kwania, and surrounding areas. There is great need, Your Excellency, for a lasting solution to this state of affairs. Next is the slow cattle compensation. Your Excellency, there's been some money that has been disbursed to Lango sub-region and also other regions for cattle compensation. The process of cattle compensation for Lango war and cattle claimants to restore livelihoods and ensure justice has been very slow. The current budget allocation of 40 billion is way too small to address the compensation payments in a timely manner. We request that this be increased to 200 billion every year, commencing financial year 2025-2026. The return of Agenda Farm by the UPDF. Your Excellency, during the insurgency, about 1,000 acres of land belonging to farmers was given out to UPDF in Loro, in Oyam District, to set up a detach. However, after the insurgency, the UPDF has continued to occupy, but at the same time, lease out land unoccupied to the same farmers who give the land to them. With your authority, Your Excellency, you gave their directives that the unoccupied land, estimated at 700 acres, be returned to the farmers. This has not been done despite your directive. We call for your further intervention and guidance in this. Coming to energy and mineral development, Your Excellency, access to electricity. Access to electricity in Lango is currently at 8.4%, against the national average of 18.9%, as per the Uganda National Household Survey. There are many sub-counties, town councils, health facilities, and major trading centers that still have no access to electricity. We propose as leaders that at least 100 kilometers of electricity lines be added to each district in Lango sub-region in order to address the inequalities in accessing and bringing Lango at par with the national average. Mineral development. The recent aerial surveys done in Lango sub-region, Your Excellency, identified several minerals, including gold, in several parts, such as in Kole we have a bouquet, Analito, then also other areas, which we need to get the data. There's need for the mineral map for Lango to be updated and shared along with plans for their exploration to drive socio-economic development of the sub-region. Tourism growth and development. In tourism potential, Your Excellency, Lango has been left behind in tourism despite having several critical tourism sites. We propose interventions in this area to our tourism potential. Coming to public sector transformation. Creation of more administrative units. Special consideration for creation of more administrative units, specifically Aber district from Oyam district. Oyam currently has a population of 572,000, more than 500,000, with 1,169 villages, having 578 kilometers of district roads. This has greatly affected service delivery due to administrative challenges. Secondly, is the creation of a route district from Lira district. Lira city has divided Lira district into two, which has created administrative challenges. One has to drive from the northern part of Lira district through Lira city to get to the southern part. So this is really a very big challenge. The two counties have to be separated to make one district. Key positions of sons and daughters from Lango in public service, ministerial positions, and the military. Lango currently has no permanent secretary, commissioners in public service, yet many are qualified. Some have even acted in PS positions, such as Paulo Kotokelo, currently an assistant commissioner, Minister of Local Government, Grace Choda, Under Secretary, Minister of Gender, Maurice Ekwangarway, Assistant Commissioner, Ministry of Public Service, Uchero Patrick, Assistant Commissioner, Ministry of Water and Environment, among others. We also have a low number of ministers and military personnel in key positions compared to other sub-regions. Your Excellency, the leaders in Lango sub-region are kindly requesting you to consider promoting their sons and daughters. Next is the enhancement of local government leaders' payments and provision of transport to the top leadership. Increase remuneration for local government leaders, including LC1, LC2, sub-county chairpersons, district councillors, and to motivate and enable effective service delivery and address the issue of ex-gratia for councillors and also for newly created town councils who have not been paid since 2021 when they were elected. This issue generally affects all the local leadership in the district. Appreciation for the Amuka militia and veterans, the Akasimu. Your Excellency, appreciation to Amuka militia who have been working very tirelessly to bring peace in Lango, and other veterans is still a pending issue on your table, as it has been your pledge. They are requesting that, Your Excellency, you fulfill this pledge. Also, on behalf of the Lango leadership, there is address of the delayed payment for ex-East African community employees. Many sons and daughters of Lango went into exile in the 1970s to escape the murderous Idi Amin regime. Hundreds got employment in the East African community. However, till date, their payments and terminal benefits, almost 47 years later, have not been settled. There is also delayed compensation of Lira spinning mill workers. Your Excellency, Lira spinning mill workers were forcefully chased out of the factory by UNLA soldiers in July 1984. Some compensation was paid through the late Betu Kulu, who was the then Minister of Youth, Culture and Sports. The terminal benefits, which were rated at a maximum of 10 years, have not been paid up to now. Over-deduction by Uganda Revenue Authority was also won in the Supreme Court in 2016 and has not also been paid. Some of the beneficiaries have already died, but they have left behind widows and orphans who should take over the payments. The Lango leaders are also requesting for the revamping of spinning mill to create job opportunities for our people, especially the youth. There's also cassava factory that needs to be revamped. Your Excellency, we ask for these matters to be prioritized. Your Excellency, we ask for these matters to be prioritized as we transition to NDP4, the new NRM manifesto, but also ask for a special socio-economic transformation vehicle for Lango to address gaps in industrialization, electricity access, high subsistence farming, education, road networks, general hospitals, among others. We believe that, Your Excellency, that this will position Lango to become a key contributor to Uganda's socio-economic development. I've also been told to kindly remind you, Your Excellency, on your pledge for a bus for Ikwera Girls Secondary School, which is not far from where we are seated. The lorry was also taken by soldiers in the time when the Chulbanya lorry was taken. Your Excellency, this has been a presentation that I've made on behalf of all the leaders because they sat down and came up with this. Leaders, these are not my words, these are the collective words from the leaders. Your Excellency, many are still coming, but I cannot deny the fact that I have to mention it, that the bus for Dokolo Technical should also be provided. Your Excellency, before I wind up, Professor George William Otim Nape has greeted you. He's also here. He has been a leading Ugandan scientist who is still very useful, although retired, and a great son of Lango, coming from Kwania District. You know very well that he has been the Director General of NARO, and he did groundbreaking research and recommendation for setting up the African Center for Infectious Disease Control, now the AU Africa CDC. This has been his initiative, and Professor founded the Africa Innovations Institute based in Kampala. Professor Tim Nape is a leading cadre of the NRM party and an NRM historical in Lango. The country and NRM party stand to benefit a lot with additional support from you to him in this state of affairs, Your Excellency. Professor Nape, if you are there, rise up, because this has been your request. Rise up and greet the President. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for this done and said. I would like to thank you, Your Excellency, for coming to Lango sub-region for the prosperity of this region. Lango oye! Museveni oye! Our President oye! Mama oye! Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, we are only left with the speech of the Right Honorable Secretary General of NRM, who is representing Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, who will speak and invite you shortly. But before I invite him, I have been notified by your protocol and security that the book entitled Transformative Economics by Professor Augustus Nwagaba has been cleared. I wish to invite him to move faster to hand over as he had requested. As he moves, I wish to recognize the presence of Bishop Willie Ikwera of PAG Apache Pastorage, Honorable Felix, not Honorable Felix, Honorable Okot Boniface, Youth Member of Parliament, Northern Region. I also recognize the Honorable Professor Ibrahim Kamuntu, a good friend of Lango, is now in charge of the manifesto. I recognize all the LC5 from Lango sub-region. Where are you, LC5? We may not introduce you one by one in the interest of time. I recognize all the RDCs and RCCs of Lango. Please rise up. Thank you for executing very wonderful work toward a successful conclusion of the visit of the President. I also recognize, because we have the National Chairman of NRM, all the district, city and municipality NRM chairpersons. Please rise up. I can't recognize all the categories. Chairperson, LC3, we know you are here. Heads of department, cows, we are all here. We can't recognize everybody. The women are here, the youth are here, persons with disability. Your Excellency, Mama, ladies and gentlemen, may I therefore take this opportunity to invite the Right Honorable Secretary General of NRM, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, who is representing Her Excellency the Vice President and the Chair North of the Presidential Zonal Tour.
Thank you, Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Chairman of the National Resistance Movement Party, our Mama Janet Museveni, the Minister of Education, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I stand in the shoes of Her Excellency the Vice President, who asked me to make these few comments before I invite you. But before that, Your Excellency, we need to thank the people of Lango for loving NRM. We thank you so much for loving His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the National Resistance Movement Party. This is demonstrated by the long memorandum the Honorable Member read. because you cannot read that memorandum to somebody you don't love. When you're before somebody you love, you offer everything you want. And so we thank you so much for being elaborate. Your Excellency, we thank you so much for giving your all to this country, for sacrificing everything about you for the country. You have taught us so many things. We learn through your words, we learn through your actions, and we learn through your body gestures. We have learned you, we have loved you. You have taught us how to prioritize things. You have taught us how to plan for the masses. We call you a teacher, Lafonyi. We call you a leader, a mentor. We love you. Your Excellency, you have not rested from making sure that all Ugandans are out of poverty. You have fought all the wars. You have liberated this country and brought peace. You have decentralized governance. You have promoted infrastructures and human resources. But still, you are not satisfied because our people are still poor. You have launched yet another front to fight poverty. To this, we thank you so much. And on behalf of the National Resistance Movement Party, we are proud of you as our national chairman in the work you do in government and in the party. And I'd like to re-echo what the LC1 chairman mentioned. Because as the Secretary General, have been receiving a lot of petitions from all over the country that the party should request you to offer yourself to contest in 2026. And when I heard from the LC1 chairman, I would like to put this question to the people of Lango, that may those in favor of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to offer himself in 2026 general election say aye to the contrary. May you rise up and say aye. Thank you so much. The President has welcomed your decision, and this has been the voice of God. As I move to my last part of presentation, Your Excellency, NRM oye! Lango oye! I also need to thank you for laying the foundation stone for the construction of Akibwa Memorial Stadium. We were being intimidated, we were being threatened that without Akibwa, now that Akibwa is there, now that Akibwa is going to be constructed, listen to your political report card. Your Excellency, we have records of voting patterns from 1996 up to 2021. How Lango sub-region has been voting for NRM. But it has been a long relationship. From 1996, it was staggering, and if I'm to draw the graph, it starts at a low tone and shoots from 2011 and stagnates somewhere. So I'm only going to read the final lap of 2021. In Apache District, we got 61%. In Oyam District, we got 63%. In Idokolo District, we got 63%. Otuke, we got 79%. Aleptong, we got 65%. Amolata, we got 75%. Kole, we got 23%. I've not seen the one for Lira City and Lira District and a few other districts. But in summary, the representation is positive, knowing the journey we have traveled to 2021. But I want to be more optimistic that 2026 we shall vote His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and also members of parliament and local government councillors who will be yellow. Your Excellency, it is now my humble honor to invite you to address your people.
Thank you so much, Beping.
It's too much.
Kopango, Wakme, Lango, Tiabadem, Apoyo. The Honorable Minister, somebody translate.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Who is translating? Ayo?
Yes, right, Honorable. Your Excellency.
Thank you,
Your Excellency.
Yes. The Honorable Ministers,
American,
Honorable Members of Parliament,
members of the Parliament that here,
all the other leaders,
American,
the religious leaders, the cultural leaders, and the wananchi of Lango. Managing public affairs is a big job. You must therefore know how to batch them. When you go in the bush to cut the grass, you must tie it into bundles. Otherwise, you will not be able to sort out, because there are so many things to do. Because peace is infrastructure for everything. You can get a very rich country like Congo. Congo is very rich with a lot of minerals and so on. But because of lack of peace, you see what is happening there. South Sudan here, you know South Sudan is a very rich country. But I think now there are 1.1 million South Sudanese who are refugees here. From Congo there are 500,000. So, number one, you the leaders. Kuch. Number two, Donglobo.
Development.
Now, most of the things Adieko was talking about are all in that category of Donglobo. Because with Donglobo, you are talking of your
Ikop medong lobo, ini kopi, purio, tupi.
Yo.
Purio.
Roads.
Yo. Guru.
I'm talking about the roads. If I don't pronounce well, you correct me and help me.
Yo is correct, Your Excellency.
So, under the logo, you have yo. Is it long or short?
Both. Whether long or short is yo. Big
Yo.
or small is yo.
No, the way you pronounce. First you can say yo, or you can say yo.
Yo.
Yo
Short is yo.
Okay. So, when you are talking of the roads, these are all under yo. But it is under Donglobo. You go to March. Electricity.
They don't worry much, your electricity.
Donglobo. You go to PE.
They worry be or water.
That is Donglobo. Yotcom.
They worry become elf.
That is Donglobo. You go to Kwan.
Then you go to education.
That is Donglobo. You go to telephones. I don't know what they call telephones in war.
Chim.
Huh?
Chim.
Chim, how do you pronounce spell?
C-I-M.
T.
C.
Oh, C. Chim.
C-I-M. Chim.
You go to Chim.
I worry Papa Chim.
That is Donglobo. You go to the railway.
I worry Papa come your Tenda.
That is Donglobo. So much of Aliet's speech was about Donglobo.
Donc we jam a memorandum and on a brother upon a canny, Oma Dwongere, Papa Donglobo, Adamo, a minute.
But my constant advice to you people.
And to tell my enemy, you carry one of them.
You, the leaders of Uganda.
Tell a long way Uganda.
Political.
Tell a maybe
religious.
Tell a maybe
cultural.
Tell a maybe one.
I said, please talk about the Donglobo. As Aliek has done.
And I will probably not tell no long. Long will come down the logo. Italy hope of no.
But remember there is something else called Lonyo.
And to for you not be no among wealth.
Now Lonyo is not Donglobo.
Wealth is not development.
Because in 1971, when I was fighting Yamin, I drove from Kampala. This was 1973. I drove from Kampala to Gulu, and then I went to the Memorandum road from Gulu to Awere.
And when you talk about Kampala, they would Gulu, they can Awere, put it in where you went.
The road from Kampala to Gulu was already tarmac that time. The 60 miles from Gulu to Awere was not tarmac.
And the kilometers, you're a bitch, Gulu, what Awere, no lamp here,
but Kampala Gulu was tarmac.
And the Kampala with Gulu, no lamp here.
1973. All the way from Kampala.
Kampala.
And all the way from Kabale to Kampala. And all the way from Kampala to Malaba. So, these roads have been tarmac for more than 50 years now. But if you go there today near the road, you may find the Chan people there. Donglobo tie kan, chan tie kan.
Bien namo pero donglobo, iyo me kwano, ino lam tie donglobo me yo tie, eto chan tu ma ko la yo petwe.
Donglobo neighbor chan.
Ino mano donglobo gini chan, obedo irani ti karakien.
So this is where the danger is.
Manen kana do balti ye.
Because remember, Donglobo is Mewa, is ours.
Bien yini po yoni donglobo, your development, obedo me ajo duju, me aloa.
But Lonyo is Mina, mine is what?
Mega.
Mena.
Mega.
Mine.
Mega.
Is Mega.
Donglobo, obedo me aloa. Ento Lonyo, obedo mega, obedo ma ngara jejen, obedo megi iduri.
Lonyo Chan is private and personal.
Lonyo, kene Chan, mama dara jejen dan obedo tigi api. Kai lon de lon, ayina Chan.
You are all here in a meeting.
Wundu shwe ni ki wuni jokar kani.
When you go back in the evening to your home, you find the Chan lift in the morning. Waiting for you, and it will say, "Apoyo Bino."
So you find your poverty in your house waiting for you, and will welcome you back, and welcome back from wherever you are gone.
So, from 1960s, I started having problems in my area there. With the leaders there. Because they were talking about this Donglobo, in the local language there, in Tunguga.
Bien, ipajokan ene yaye, otela dango muloko kantope dango logo jama dango yo pi ma dakatal kiga ya wana tu loko kedeni.
Now, if you remember when I came here in 1995,
kamu ni poyo mwaka pera bo mwana big, jamene binukan.
Those who are old enough.
You are me mwaka kidong gramo teko.
You remember I was using the word Joropi.
Harvesting water.
I was saying that if Rubanga brings God in the whole country, in the whole land, but you don't Joropi.
Harvesting water. You don't harvest water.
You'll find after the rain, there is alele.
The storm water running off.
The frogs in the swamps are singing, praising God. But in your house, be paid.
But in your house, you don't have water.
So
you only pay.
I don't want to be a leader who doesn't guide my people.
So when you are very man.
Because in my house, I'm not poor. I have no poverty.
And I
have never had poverty even when I was not president. Because when I had education, it was already, I could easily look after my family. But when I saw the poverty of the people who were near me in Angola that time, I could not accept it. I had to say, no, you people, you must get out of poverty, and you can. So therefore, in the report, you can still amend it before you send it to me.
Memorandum ambayo na kujuta leo kwano ekwa ene ko lo wot pepe yi wewe ko ket jamu meriye mo chani ye pedon lo peken.
Like when I was coming here,
bare cha wo kete biro kan
I stopped at a swamp 4 kilometers from here.
e jungu tun kulo mora mete ro kilometers ngwen ya kan.
And some villagers there came to join me.
I've forgotten
the name. They told me the name of the village, but I didn't write it. I said, how is Chan here? Say, oh, Chan Marach.
Then the people told me poverty is very serious here.
So I said, 4 kilometers from here.
Kilometers, when I get here, I can one here.
Near that swamp there.
Your Excellency, the place is called Ot Ogole.
Yes, that's the one.
Ot Ogole.
Then I said, have you heard of PDM? They said, we have heard. Has anybody over here received? They said no, but the ones who received are on the other side. But what I liked about them, they had heard that people on the other side had received. And then they also said, we are going to get the next time. I was happy with that. Because they had heard and they had hope. So therefore, in that report which you should amend, it will be good to know how many homesteads, district by district, even some sample parishes. In this parish, there are 1,200 homes. Now, after 3 years of PDM, 400 have received, or something like that.
So, in memorandum, we would agree the parish a chair, a
no district a chair, but with some sample parishes specific.
Okay, report miro ke district a chair, kita jo no kere, eka report I don't to parish okay, you are due no, we would agree no. One parishes, a chair district a chair.
How many rural parishes, how many homesteads in the rural parishes in the Kwania District, how many here, how many have received?
So report one you renewed, the district met Kwania. Each other dear D, you want to the dear D, or a D among more, report a little bit, you will pour among more, you will among more.
So that way you have dealt with that category.
I came up to
Category 1, Kuch.
There is peace.
Category 2, Dongro.
There is development.
Which you have talked about a lot. But this is the distraction. Many leaders talk about Dongro, but without talking about Lonyo, which is the one which is personal and really population based. Category 4 is teach. Now teach is from Lonyo.
Teach, Lonyo.
Yesterday, I visited this young boy in Amorata. There's a young boy there. Mama and myself visited him.
And Karajan Mama won't remain.
He's an engineer.
Women of one cooperative king.
But he has gone into farming.
And a man made a cooperative.
And he has got a good cattle farm there.
Medicated one very dogs at the end.
Goats, sheep.
Take walk dog, take walk Didi, take walk from me.
And he wants to add poultry and so on. I think he told me he's employing 26 people. Who are there with us? The one from Amorata.
He's employed 38 people.
38 people.
Yes.
So you see now, the boy is called Joel something. Joel Okero. Yes. The boy is called Joel Okero. And now he has gone into pool, but he has gone from pool Machon to pool Manyel.
A woman only Joel Okero. And a man here showing your metric for marriage of your David Michel. We are quite poor, Mexican John, Machine, Mando, Devil, poor, and near Michel.
The poor Machon of Marquand and so on. Thank you very much.
The poor John, I really poor Camara, one and over, and quite very poor Mara.
That one is good. Jump, no problem.
One point that one put it.
But it may not give you money.
And for a marathon, we will
and certainly it will not easily teach for other people.
And a poor marathon that we will not the job and is a poor marathon.
So, Joel Okero has done baptism.
Okero to Barriga or Lara.
The bishops here don't know that. We all know it even in the youth.
Bishop Picard, of my Lara, Lara, Moon, well,
St. Paul, when he got baptized on the road to Damascus.
Caramel, Olaro, St. Paul, even you are never Damascus.
By the power of God.
He
changed.
Oh, the law,
from being Saul to being Paul.
From the eye Saul, then up Paul.
Constituting in the church, he now became a preacher of the gospel.
Then Marco did make a leader, head down to Diri.
So, Joel Okero, instead of being a job seeker, which he wasn't before, he was working somewhere.
A man Joel Okero Kakabeda Moti, you did one and you can connected to you.
He has gone from Purmachon to Purmanyen.
Okero Lohere, Purachon, they were Puranyen, they were not to Georgia.
And I speak actually because the actually we are making more trouble. That's why I spend more time there. So I say, I speak the actual battle because I understand the language. So the Joel Okero now has created Lonyo, new wealth of money, but he has also created jobs, 38 of them.
A man, Joel Okero, he went to Purachon, then on Puraniel, Okero Lonyo Bore, they can take care of tea, a major care of tea, so Lonyo, I can get a tea, and then look at it.
Now, therefore, when you talk of jobs, one of the confusion, people think of government jobs.
Don't I don't have a competitive, you know. When I get a change over time, I teach a government.
But the government jobs are known and they are few.
And to teach a government, you're near than people.
One will achieve.
Jaga Chen.
One will
Jago Chen.
One cow at the district.
This year, the district again.
A few assistants.
A
Even if you put the political jobs, they are all the same. If you put together all the public service jobs, teachers, policemen, soldiers, health workers, all of them are 480,000 in Uganda.
So good me renew ni teacher government Uganda can educate to moy politi okonye otich madakatan government choka joiti yaramo lahanwen.
And we are talking of a population of 46 million.
Don't that government choka jolahanwen kumwana tu kopi manungulwak me Uganda 10 million per when you bichiel amemo you teach.
So these jobs you are talking about are actually 1% of the whole population.
Don't teacher government amemuni locally attacking population of Uganda ka chiela ken and around government.
So you cannot solve the problem of employment through government.
Man go tere mono ke ko pe yo munguti yo tino pe government and an munguti no tino amejipata.
And talking in that language, you are really diverting people from the way they should go.
Omi ete ko titu pe mu yiri lokulo tamel ruyo joko oro lobio aber then you regard unity to government.
It is the creation of revenue, which is by individuals, by companies, by cooperatives, sometimes by the government also. Government can start some parastatals that will create jobs.
Pero nyayo lonyo. Amenu dana chera nyayo lonyo. Company nyayo lonyo. Cooperatives nyayo lonyo. Kede mora chera the young business government. Amero nyayo lonyo. Eka lonyo kini nyayo tite yaye. Amenu tite bela duo pero.
So these 4 words, I want them to be clear to you, the leaders, especially the leaders.
Donc el koba ngwena na kobono ameti winyi mabaye do ni liru pole mo kuno tena
so that you really concentrate on that.
Me wadi giniti you do tame kobono lo horo ka ko ni mano ke kenmeriem mo chan yai lonyo ti yo tara.
The few families I have visited, you can see this PDM is going to change them if we really concentrate on it.
Ipochi no amen nimo kai ni men all the
men of the people, the few I have, they were okay for him is educated is another category. He was able to move on his own. Which those who are able should do like they were okay to move on their own.
One year tini koma bajero kwelo uwo tikoma ikotuko kuliendo jan nyayo nyayo
go from to Amachon to Manyen
Miriao uno kwa Kurachon to Kuranyen.
Then from there go into manufacturing, value addition.
Otaya road medri ko jambi adomo robotic kede the value addition.
Then I don't know whether people have these days I'm a film show, I show films. But you don't pay money, I show free.
And probably you know any better good feeling.
Can my people show us Ijara Joseph?
And you feeling no quite your money, but you take off feeling Madara Lord Joseph Ijara. I may die the test, so you can make it.
They said they're having some trouble. When they get it, they will show us. So if you could follow up this PDM, like the family I visited in Kore, you can see this person had nothing. But she got to the 1 million. She had never handled 1 million in her life. She was able to buy 3 pigs, And the 3 pigs, she sold two of the bulls, and then the one, the female produced 8. And when she sold the 8 young pigs and the 2 bull pigs, she bought goats. And then she has now gone to a bull. So she's moving. And then I visited another one yesterday, but she had never handled 1 million in her life. So when she got it, she planted maize. Harvested 45 bags of maize. Sold 40. And bought sheep. The sheep were 12, now they are 22. And she's buying a plot and so on. She wants to do it coffee. So this PDM can change our people's lives. So I would like the political leaders to really concentrate on this instead of trying to get into debt, spend money which you don't have in the constituency. And you, the constituency, should not allow your leaders to tell you lies, to bring you personal money. They don't have enough personal money. Even you, the church leaders, don't encourage these people to say they're fundraising. But where are you getting the money to fundraise? You are going to get your leaders into jail. They go into debt, what? Because they are not frank enough to say, I don't have the money. There is no money. That one is not working well. What is the problem here? It's not coming out clearly. But it's not clear. You clarify it, you shall see tomorrow the running. My staff.
Your Excellency, they are saying it properly from that time.
Okay.
Because this side of yours is a reflection of the sun.
Okay.
And that when he had come here and was teaching people about the 4-acre model. He was having a rally in Soroti. And that time I was working as a taxi driver. He was doing that master business in Soroti. So when I had this, when I heard he was around, I crossed to go and listen to his story. And he was talking about a 4-acre model, how to improve household income. So when I came back, I was fired because I delayed there and the still came close. So the guy said, you go and eat those ones that you had. But I had already this land, 2.5 acres, but I also had local chicken here. But after hearing that, I got inspired to put more effort on raising this chicken. So I raised the chicken to the tune of about 100 of them. Then I got a small incubator. That was about 4 eggs. So I used that incubator for multiplying my my local chicken farm. Eventually, I was having 1,500 local chicken around. I was very famous for local chicken. So, but then local chicken were not answering my day-to-day needs. So I decided to translate it to layers. In the Ikwera farm, we have 10,000 layers, which give me about 310 trays per day. And each tray goes at a price of 10,500. So approximately about 3 million shillings a day from the eggs that we get. Of course, it varies depending on the cost of the feeding, but at least a half goes for management, a half goes to our pocket as the Ikwera. So after selling the layers, that money I invested it on layer. I started layering with 4 cows, but you know I have not tried it very fast because I'm using AI. I have my own semen bank here, so I got a short insemination. And then I also located got a vet who was able to train some of us here with the veterinary knowledge. I think it is even here, that gentleman there, the vet. So the cows that I'm going to show you are cows that are bred from the Ikwera farm that produce, my highest produces 36 liters per day, and my lowest is at 20 right now, each cow. So 36, between 36, 20 and 36 liters per day. And they all have names. I name them according to how I felt when I'm buying, when they are born. We name them according to relatives, aunties, friends. So this unit that you see here is the unit of my highest milkers. So these cows have mattresses. They eat and then they come and rest here. This is where they rest, and they will be licking the mineral blocks. And then when it comes time for milking, they go and take a shower. As you can see, there are showers there. The cow comes here and stands here. So after showering, they go and relax. We have music for them. Our cows have music. As you can see, we have installed here some speakers, and if you may allow, I can sample for you the music that the cows, my cows like. And the reason for giving them music is so that they relax and prepare them for the time of milking. So one time I was going to buy soap, and they were telling me 7,000. I got angry. I said, no, but I think we can make the thing in Serere. That is how.
So that is Joseph Igala.
Manuel Joseph Igala.
This boy was working in Soroti as a taxi something.
Igala rotated Soroti, Acharo driver, met taxi or Tohatero.
But he had my speech when I went there, talking about what I'm talking about now. And he got inspired. He had 2.5 acres at home. And he went and started with the local chicken. He already had some local chicken, but he bought more of them. But then after some time, he changed them into the modern ones. So now he has got thousands of chicken. He gave the number, I don't remember. But he's selling 310 trays per day of eggs. And each day he's getting 3 million shillings from the eggs only, each day. Then he also bought cows from those eggs. Now from the cows, he's now getting 320 liters of milk per day. And he has already gone into value addition into milk, making yogurt and all that. We didn't have time to see it. He's even making soap, another line. So from all those 2.5 acres, this is 2.5 acres. From all those, he's earning more than 1 billion. In a year. But when he removes the costs, he remains with about, I think, about $850 million shillings. A year. Now, this is Lonyo now. We didn't get time to see how many people he's employing. I think he's employing something like 30-something people. So Lonyo has produced Teach. With Joseph Ijala. Pastor Joseph Igana. And he's in Serere. Serere, Tamak Road, in Serere, there is no Tamak Road. There is Maram Road. You're going in at here. The Tamak Road is passing through Bukedea, Kumi, Serere. You are lumpy here. No, Soroti. You are lumpy here, you pay okay, Soroti, Kumi, Bukedea, and to lamp. And then you find Dongolobo near Chan. And Canada, you didn't move Dongolobo. Here, development is near poverty around the Tamak. Now, here in Serere, where there is very to Dongolobo, Tielonyo. And to Serere, Dongolobo pay, Tiatiti, Loya Doctiku, Tielonyo, Tietich. There is development, there is wealth, and there is job. Yotcom, there is health. TAP, that water is by himself. He harvested it from the roof. So with household income, there is not even much. You can have your own much without waiting for the one of the government. There's another. They are so, me, I'm a film shower, but me, my films are not James Bond. They are. Oh, any new film, James Bond, any new film, alone. My film, there is, show me Matongo, the man of. There is a part of Ruel which is far from the Tamak Road, which you know, the one of Ruel. 45 miles. About 60 miles from Ruel inside, there is no Tamak road there. Not kilometers, miles. Me, I'm a miles man, I don't know kilometers. When I say 60, I mean miles. So, tie mile, kilometers to check, and mile. So, that Matongo, can you show us Matongo? By James Bond. This is the rangi of that area. I will translate for you.
quay ai cái nào mình rằng mà thằng quân trung ra như là nó trung đó cái trung dân được sống một cái
On our farm, we collect over 900 liters of milk per day, and a liter costs 800 shillings, which is approximately 21 million per month.
Okay.
So that man is very far from the tarmac road. Is inside there where there is a big distance between Luero going through inside to Masindi. It's like 100 miles.
Lord, I wouldn't know. Ureti ye Luero Panda Meti your word Masindi. Miles near a beach.
That house you see is his house. That house, bring it back.
Otamain and no, but Otalono and Obey, Otalon, man.
That is the house of somebody who didn't go to school.
Otto, but one of the more to put them in your one.
You saw the house of Ijala. Maybe that's one of the house of Ijala.
Walking down in an Otajala, one rock walking in Ijala. Ijala, Joseph Ijala. Or the end Buri, I will bury them.
Ah, that is his house.
On water
in Serere.
So we're not in Serere, pay it out.
Now, I also want to show my people who are coming up. Show me Appeal, the one yesterday.
Quite a new Temelam and make a meal when Philip Meret or Mahawur.
Kwania North, Kwania Town Council, Kwania District.
Our name is Aduku, a resident of Alini Resell, Kwania North, Town Council in Kwania District.
Adam standing at PDM,
she got the money for PDM in 2023. 970,000 and then 30,000 remaining in the bank. She planted maize. She bought maize 15 sackets. 30,000 each sacket. She used it, actually she planted it in 3 acres of land. Preparing the garden cost her 150 for the 3 acres. Weeding cost her 50,000. Then spraying cost her 40,000. Time for harvest came. She used the local, the family members and then the neighbors. Then she bought lunch, food for the people, for the family, that is, which cost her 20,000. And transporting it from the garden to home cost her 50,000. She came and then she moved it from the home. It gave out 45 sacks. She sold 40 bags. And she got 2,800,000. That was the first season. That is our first plantation. Out of the 2.8, she decided to keep 1 million aside for farming again.
1 million
She used 1 million for buying 6 kind of land. Then she used 800,000 for school fees. That is how it spent her past.
So you can see this is appeal now. Just from the 1 million. She's now active in the money economy. And I was asking her who buys the sheep. He says people come from South Sudan to buy the sheep. And now she has got plans for other things. So please, leaders, political, religious, cultural, blog about Dongrobo. But please, what reaches everybody is loyal.
And wealth.
Loyal, you can have loyal even when there is no Dongrobo or very little Dongrobo.
You can have wealth even when these development issues are very little or small.
And you have seen many of these are not near the tarmac roads.
And John,
when they asked for the people of Otuke, I was about to stand up, but my group sat down quickly. When the master of ceremonies was saying, Otuke, what, I was about to stand up, but my group sat quickly. We are very far from Dongrobo. In Baralegi. But if you come there, you will see my cows there. All these years. So therefore, please, and once you deal with the Dongrobo, once you deal with the lawyer, even Dongrobo becomes very easy. Now, the fifth point I want to touch on is the fishing industry. I want this fishing industry and mining. These are resources which belong to the whole country. The lake does not belong to a private person. The minerals don't belong to individuals. They belong to the girls. And the big milk which is being produced in the country now is mainly by those groups in the cattle corridor. Because of the heritage, the country can use them to solve that problem of young and each other. I have never grown simsim in my life. So for simsim, I rely on the people of Acholi, people of Lango, people of the North. They are the ones who know about simsim. You ask me about bananas, I will tell you. Now, who are the indigenous people who are doing the fishing? I'm told they are there. Those families are there. But somehow the lakes were invaded by new people. From Congo, from Kenya, from Rwanda. Of course, some also from Uganda. But is that the best way? Because the army would never have come to the lake if there was no chaos there. I brought in the army because the fish was disappearing. And of course the army also, when they came in, they also have their own problems. Corruption and so on. We are going to deal with them on that. But still, the original problem was the original fishermen people. If those were there, the army is not needed there, because the army has got, they should go in Congo and deal with the problem there. The same with mining. Recently, some gold was found in Abim. Oh, in 2 weeks, the whole of East Africa was there. The woman will hit you with the when the woman is busy mingling the millet. Because mingling with the millet is a process. You heat the water at some stage, you start putting the flour, then you mingle, then somebody comes in, the woman will hit you with the stick, the other stick. Process very difficult. What do you call that club for mingling in the millet? Loroquon. The mingling stick. Yes, so please, let's do things properly. Like in the case of the mining, if gold has been found, let's first get the one who has got capacity to look for the, because when you see the one on the surface, that's just a fragment, it is coming from somewhere. We must go to the where it is coming from, the actual source. So the minerals department either will do it itself or it can license somebody to do it on behalf of the government. Somebody who has got capacity to do it. Equipment, money, technology. So once we have confirmed the whole deposit, how big it is, then we can now decide to say, okay, now you, the big company, come and do it. Now we allow some of the artisans. But which artisans should we allow? Which artisans and why? In my view, it should be the people who are nearby. The ones who are nearby could be the ones to be looked at first. Now,
Otam ni jo mo dan ti area no ti di kanu. Otam wa ti kanoro. Agena mo wote mo woto ko nyame ko. Pi jo ameti kanu. Inge reto pe jo aya itene. Ba mana jo do ni mi do bujune.
Now the same with fisheries.
Amono na rauna ma ke ko mechi na.
There was traditional small scale fisheries.
Rego no ti jo ameti ko rek ameberi do na ma mo ti ko manok da konyo ki.
By the local people.
Jo make area no rumu do na.
The indigenous people. In our area there, we had the tribe, the sub-tribe of the Chief Justice, former Chief Justice, Fat Catherine, his sub-tribe were the ones near Lake George. They were the ones fishing.
Bara bangi kucha, tijo ameonua cheki keri kuru ameak rogi onyo dogalagi ena ameonua cheki korai kola joka na piti korai.
There was a small factory at Lake George called Tafmark. Those who are old enough will know it, Tafmark.
Eka ikurume na me Lake George, tino factory riko kerukuno, mei korai amo luoni Tafmark. Tijo amote mi tenuka rujui.
It closed during Yamini's time.
Iwanga mi factory no choma me raiki otebiru cheki ko.
I knew this because I was around.
Eno no ingeo mantendo no tie.
When we came into the government,
Carmen Binilot.
I started the fish factory at Masese. Near Jinja. Under UDC. That's how the world came to know that Uganda had a lot of fish in the lakes. And in no time the factories increased to 22. So people now knew there was money in fish. That's how they rushed into the water. Destroying the fishing. Catching the young fish, building where the fish is breeding. That's how they had to bring in the army. When the factories were closing. Out of the 22, only 8 were remaining. So therefore, I want you, the leaders, to think about this. I called a meeting in Entebbe of indigenous fishing people, but we didn't conclude. I want us to have another meeting in May, so that we agree on who should be supported to be on the lake and why. It is not yet you to say me, no. We must be allowed under some criteria by the government. And there must be a limit in numbers. Number the stadium. We said only 30,000 people can come in. If you say want to be 50,000, we say no, please don't come in. Because people are going to die. So, if you control numbers from football, just football. How about the lake? How can it have no control that 1 million people come on the lake? Or in the mineral, in the mining area. Now finally, 2 points. A little bit about politics.
Mora nok red ko ko mwibi.
Especially to do with my old parties.
Olewo ko pa party American chon Uganda kan.
Because you people what you call history, I call current affairs.
Ben gimna memory ko ni mo ko history gimare ko tinere bore ne tero ba gimna mo tinere American ko nyen.
Because you say history, independence, what I say what is that? I was there.
Bien, pop me kar me kamo lot ken, pop me lot lo lo hango tinere Uganda no e ko etie ngeu.
And I got a few other people like Professor Kamuntu, who is also historical.
Ejida ngejo kene kan bara Professor Ibrahim Kamuntu no berdana John ngeu jabe.
From 1960 to 1970, I was a member of BP.
Democratic Party.
Very active. So when I see these people are running around but they are DPs without Museveni, I say, well, who are these people? Then around 19, Kamut was UPC.
Ibrahim Kamuntu Uganda People's Congress, UPC.
So was Rugunda.
Rugunda down over UPC.
Mbabazi.
Among Mbabazi down UPC.
Delia Kategaya.
Delia Kategaya down over UPC.
All those were terrible UPC.
So I know over UPC for what you take up.
Now, around 1965, we started forming with the Kamutus. Now, like, what now became NRM? Because the problem of UPC and DP were sectarian. DP was for the Catholics.
DP or party Catholic.
I was a member of DP, although I'm not a Catholic, but because of some local sectarianism there.
And we better never make DP would pay better or Catholic,
there was some other local sectarianism there. DP for the Protestants and some Muslims.
DP the Protestant the Muslims.
Some.
Then
Kawaka for Baganda Protestants mainly and Muslims.
Eka DP Anglican Protestant Rungere Kabaka Yeka, Party make Kabaka Yeka, the UPC.
In Uganda.
Ameruti Uganda, Kabaka Yeka Protestant.
Now, that was the first mistake.
So Manu will buy Nama Chen, Party Mojako will launch.
By those parties.
The party.
Because by doing that, they fragmented the people. If you say, I come as a Catholic, you can never get majority in Uganda. If you say I'm Protestant, you never get majority in Uganda. If you say I am Langi, Oye, or Baganda or Banyangole, you will not even get 20% in Uganda. If you say I'm a Muslim, you are wasting your time. Now, in the election of 1962, because of that fragmentation, no party could get majority. There were 82 seats of parliament. UPC got 37. With a lot of cheating. DP got 24.
DP denu members of parliament period when
Kabaka Yeka got 21.
Kabaka Yeka no KY denu kabedo period when.
In order to get a majority, you had to have 42.
Yen kaunu irimi tunumu jadwo mweta lakala ni 20% perangwen period.
So nobody could do that.
So pimana po no ngatoro no percent perangwen period pero no bedo forming government.
What was the result?
Adwoke mede bedo niko.
Forming of alliance.
Ajo ro chako you ame no te party chako no nota.
Between Kabaka Yeka and UPC.
Eka UPC eko bigi do no te kare ten ke Kabaka Yeka wa nama di mena man ni rombo di government.
Which is another mistake by UPC, which I will discuss with McKenna and Beta Mongi and some of the UPC.
Ame note yakina te wa ke UPC me be ke government ke biche bariocha. Obedo balu ken ame tamne bi nyam ko ko bi ne ona politi McKenna ona to bete ke job ko UPC.
Here I will not go into the details because I'll discuss with them privately.
Donc ni chogara ni en pe nyam tutu tame ngoti mere kala dulu me not no pien. Malu ko pe do nyam ko kitenga me pe ko wakana.
But that was the first mistake. Now that mistake
and ballo
produced the crisis of 1966.
Balmen note yakina UPC ke KKY ya chagare ke no ruju me ma hapero bichel.
The conflict between Mutesa and Obote.
Ruju no ya between yakina president Obote karakel ke de Kabaka.
And when I meet Akena, I will tell you details of that.
Donc kaya wate ke de ona budima kena e bino tite ngoti mere no wanyai.
So that crisis in 1966
donc ruju me ma hapero bichel
caused so much chaos. Then 1971, another mistake by UPC is Idi Amin. This one I can mention because we have been telling UPC to recruit us in the army. We the students diehards. But they feared to recruit us in the army. How could I then take over government? Just because they were not capable. So when they have refused to, we wanted to join them, they refused to recruit us. So because they wanted an army of ignorant people. Now Amin comes in. Now we, who are not part of the mistakes, and spread a lot of our youth. So the people of Idi Amin. And yet we are not the ones who created it. But we solved it. With the support of Nyerere. Now when we solved it, we formed a group called the UNLF. Which was uniting us. Which is what Uganda needs. Unity. But DP and UPC didn't want unity. They cracked UNLF. We warned them. Please, don't dare. We have spent 8 years suffering because of your mistakes. Now you want to get started? You need to listen. Not only DP. So they tore up. UNLF. And we had now to start afresh. To fight. And eventually you know what happened. Now, when we came out of that wasted time. Wasted years from 1962 up to 86. So we said, please, let's speak together. The DPs were all in the government, all those DPs. UPC, Mwanga gave me our man from Telson, Stanislas Okrut.
UPC, Paul Mwangatami, Gidana Chen, Metelson, Medoni government, Stanislas Okrut.
Wanted to bring everybody. And they were there. But when the election politics came, they deserted us. So we went away without saying goodbye. They wanted to bring back their politics on tribes, on religion, So all this time we have been fighting politically these tendencies. And I want to thank the people of Uganda for rejecting those pressures. So you, the people of Uganda, you need to really discipline these groups. Because in 1971, Amin massacred our people. The Acholis, the Langis, massacred so many people. You know what happened? Now we oppose him. I was the first person in Uganda to oppose Idi Amin. Amin took on the 25th of January. I left on the 27th. Amin ruled me for only 1 day. The 26th. I couldn't be under Amin government. And then, and this was not because Amin was killing people. We opposed Amin because he had no political direction. Even if he had not killed people, would have opposed him. We are moving people. What you hear us say, patriotism, love Uganda. Then one or two territories, Pan-Africanism, love Africa. Socio-economic transformation, when you see me going to these homes, what am I doing in people's homes? It is because of those principles. So like a religion for us. When you oppose us, you should know that you are opposing religious people. Political religion, not the other religion of God. We are right, like the people So when we are, if you obstruct our journey, we oppose you. So that's why we oppose. We met on the afternoon of 26. I mean, we are trying to push about because we also didn't agree with the vote fully, but we are trying to push it to go for East African Federation, to go for this. I mean, didn't know any of this.
Then one of the president of Borneo, East Africa, not a correction, or take them part of me, baby, better you can reach me.
And we need East Africa because where would we sell our products?
When one of them told me to not East Africa, when I want to get East Africa, not.
So our position to Amin was that he didn't know, he couldn't know what to do, and therefore we had no time to waste with him.
Don't get a me, you know, Yabi, come a meal, and mean, Peru, Nemo, and Betty, and down what you Peru, get to Palatawa, but yet,
both of them have worked with him if you are allowed to dialogue and to discuss and decide to move together.
And to carry over Umuye for Cobb and Umuye, getting to carry the Peruvian, or over Dana, maybe I can be out there.
So therefore, these all political parties, they need to really be serious and to deal with the issue. Or we shall have to expose them to the people. Say these people are after something else, they're not after issues of our destiny, of the future of Africa.
Don't give what they told them about Carvelogy. Maybe me competition. Get that in for them. One of you have to give a kind of level to be joined in Nairobi Petty Damojo, and Nairobi TV in a part.
Now, because of the mistake they made,
don't be bad like Timono.
I mean, massacred our people in 1960. All that time was killing Chacholis, Langis.
We ballot them, I mean, being a lot, then they could go up, all people can go very lot, Lango, actually, it is still kind of been attack. Some
of the other UPCs.
It is still kind of UPC.
But also the DPs.
Now, Madam DP, your DP died.
All of them killed, all of them, Chuanka.
Now I tell me DP, I'm a millionaire, but the Benedict of Chuanka.
Benedict will go to be of him.
Eka, you may want to learn Korean minimum.
Now, other mistakes. When NRA arrived here, 1986, our people here were suffering. There was a character called Aduku. Killing people in the villages here. So therefore, our complaint against UPC and DP especially,
donc pour comme DP and UPC,
is that you can't go on making mistakes and then you solve them, then you make new ones. We are going to.
Donc il fait un word, il dit mon jama ratio, one year go, look at you in a ratio, 1 year cover the water, one would teach you jama ratio, 1 to 5 years.
That is just an introduction.
Mona mio kara yamwe, put pere to the junior.
I will discuss more with Akena and with Amongi and with the Rokasis is no longer in the NRM now. Kamuntu is in the NRM. Who are the old UPCs in Lango? I want to really talk with them.
Don't we make UPC have a potty Langan? It may be Muse. Akobo Dome. Odome Memoaha.
That is just a young girl.
Tell me to go take go a memo appear a weekend where you're going to take a pair with
the girl who stood up is Ikwera after his
so I never know how to Mumana Kwara or Domain. I think there's one old one there. There's one old one behind.
Let me see the one.
Oje kwa kata nyimuje uru tokcha. Ero por dia pa. Ora re oro katu.
You come here and see you.
Endo ene mo chawa mele you copy kera kena kara chel kerona bubeti kero dome me you pisi no. Wa keno ni ango amero team.
But I can also talk to the Akwara so that I can educate her.
Endo na ero no kera kware no.
Akwara Bino can.
Please you come forward. Akwara do anyahani.
You know, me Lokachoni. Akwara in Achoni.
But Your Excellency, we pick it very well. Anyana, Katuke Red, as a domino, what in the Apache.
You come, let me.
Be a part. What kucha? Waruno tongtaba. Ruomdiga. Warfucha. Dome, the elders and one girl. Akwara kelke the elders.
Come to the ball, yeah. A little bit to the ball. Yeah. You come, Kasuja. These pixels, them. But when you come close, it is better. Hello?